Hello and welcome. My name's Bailey.
And my name's Maddie.
And this is Once Upon a Coffee Cup.
This is a YouTube channel where story lovers can come together and talk about books, TV shows, comics, and any other sort of narrative.
So for this first video, we thought it would be a good idea to let you guys get to know us and also what kind of stories we like, what kind of characters we don't like, and how better to do that than 20 questions. So without further ado, who is your favorite Marvel/DC character?
I think for DC, I really like Nightwing. Because Nightwing is just like a really fun character who, like, he has a ton of responsibility when it comes to like saving people and helping others, but he's also just like really sarcastic, which is honestly me.
Sassy.
Yeah.
Sassy Batman.
Sassy Batman. So I really love Nightwing. Marvel would probably be Captain America, just because he's like...
Because he's Captain America.
Because he's Captain America. There's really no explanation.
For Marvel, Spider-Man.
But which Spider-Man, like from the movies, which one did you like the most?
Tom Holland.
He is the best, yeah.
Sorry, Tobey Maguire sucked. And Andrew Garfield was too old. He couldn't play a senior in high school.
Yeah.
At all.
He was too young.
No more than I could.
Yes.
And then DC is Batman.
Yes.
I'm basic like that. Batman all the way.
I admit I do love Batman.
Yeah.
So, what is your Hogwarts house?
What is my Hogwarts house?
I don't know. What is it? There we go.
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw.
What's your Hogwarts house?
Oh, I don't know. Ravenclaw. But what Hogwarts house, like, would you choose? Would you still choose Ravenclaw?
I would still choose Ravenclaw.
Okay.
I am Ravenclaw through and through.
I feel like I'm a little bit Slytherin, so I think I'd probably, if I had to choose one, I'd probably choose Slytherin.
But you're like good guy Slytherin. Next question is, who is your book boyfriend?
As much as I would love to say Kaz, because I love him.
Kaz Brecker?
Oh yeah, Kaz Brecker all the way. But I think
He'd be a terrible boyfriend.
He would be a terrible boyfriend. That's what's holding me back. It's like, yes, he is attractive, but so I think maybe probably have to go with Peter Kavinsky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
I
feel like he's everyone's book boyfriend.
Yes, he has like goals. So
my book boyfriend is a recent obsession that I've jumped on the train with.
Oh.
And that is Will Herondale from the Infernal Devices trilogy.
I had a feeling.
Oh my gosh, in book 2, you realize how great he is.
What is your go-to genre?
Probably young adult fantasy. I feel like that's the one that like gravitate towards. Or just like fantasy in general. If it's got wizards in it or a magic system, I'm there for it.
My go-to genre is, I wish I could just say general sci-fi, but it's really been YA sci-fi. Like, I guess Lunar Chronicles could fall under that category. The Splintered Silence by Kayla Olson, and that's my genre, especially since that's the one that I write in the most. I really like either planets or technology, anything like that. So
what is the book that made you fall in love with reading?
The one that I like that I remember most vividly was the Wayside School story. It was a really weird kids book. It's just like this really weird school where like the 3rd floor is actually the 5th floor and stuff like that. It's supposed to be a
Hogwarts.
Yeah, but it's just like a really weird school, and there's like weird teachers and students and stuff that goes on. And I just thought it was really wacky and cool, but I could picture it all in my head really well, and that's what got me to read more. Like I read a series of Unfortunate Events and stuff like that. So I thought I had totally imagined it until I saw it at work one day, and I was like, oh.
She works at a bookstore.
Yeah.
Solid at work. Okay. For me, I remember it vividly. In 2nd grade, my teacher read aloud this story where the government mandated that everyone could only have 2 children. And so it's about the 3rd children, or 4th or 5th, their story of like survival and like hiding from the government. And it's called the Among the Hidden series, and there's like 6 books. And we read the first one, and then I literally just went home and was like, Mom, buy me all these books. I need these books. And I binge read them in like a week. I read all 7 of them and was obsessed, and that's where my love of reading started.
If you were in a fantasy world, what race would you want to be?
I would want to be an elf.
Okay.
Specifically from Lord of the Rings and live in Rivendell.
Okay.
That is my life ambition, even though it can't happen.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I would identify most with Hobbit, just because, like, I know that we're stuck within Lord of the Rings right now, because that's like go-to fantasy, though.
Yeah.
But I would love to be a Hobbit just because I love to be relaxed, and I love to have like a cozy space.
I'd also love to live in the Shire. So.
Exactly. So
ideally.
Hobbit.
If you were in a sci-fi world, what planet would you want to live on? She's really excited about this question.
Oh gosh, now I forgot like every planet ever. Pluto. I want to live on Pluto. No. Actually, that would be really cool if there was some sort of, I don't know if there's a sci-fi story out there where like all the planets. There has to be where like all the planets in the solar system are inhabited. If that were the case, I'd love to live on Pluto. That'd be fun. Just because I advocated for Pluto's planetary status for many years, and I love Pluto.
We stand with Pluto.
Yes, viva la Pluto.
My knowledge of sci-fi worlds is extremely limited. So I'm gonna go with Star Wars, even though technically it doesn't count as a sci-fi.
Yeah, it's technically fantasy, but
we're gonna
count
pretend
it as sci-fi.
It's sci-fi, and I'm gonna say Kashyyyk with the Wookiees because
yes,
I want to live in a treehouse, and I want to befriend the Wookiees.
Yes,
and I want them to treat me as one of their own.
I would love that. That would
You're welcome. Come live on Kashyyyk with me. We can share a treehouse.
Yes, and then you can visit Pluto.
Yeah, we're just zooming across the galaxy.
I like that. What is your favorite book to film adaptation?
Well, my favorite, I don't know why I said it like that. We were talking about this off camera already. It's the BBC episodic of Pride and Prejudice.
Yes.
I don't know why I like keep hitting things in the air. It's the one with Colin Firth as Mr. Darcy. Because Pride and Prejudice is one of my favorite books. I reread it probably every 2 years now. It used to be every year, but now it's probably every 2 years. And I watched that and was like, this is Pride and Prejudice. He is Mr. Darcy, and I love it. So
I think this is going to be a weird one.
Not before it?
Yeah, but The Devil Wears Prada.
Okay.
Not because they did a good job adapting it, but they made the story better by adapting it. The book was horrible, and then adapting it into film made it so much better.
That's how I feel about the Nanny Diaries. I
Yeah.
don't even like the film that much, but the book is so boring.
Yeah.
So, what character would you sacrifice to the gods?
Okay, well, you know how much I disliked Truly Devious.
She hated it.
Okay. There were parts of it that I liked, but most of the time I was really frustrated and annoyed with the story.
Yeah.
I would probably sacrifice Stevie, the main character, to the gods because she was annoying. She just, she frustrated me so much, and it's like, you know what, get rid of her, put someone better in her place. Let's do that. What about yours?
Umbridge.
Yes.
Dolores Umbridge.
Always.
Without any remorse.
This is going to be a tough one. But what fantastic beast would you have as a pet?
It's not tough, it's a bowtruckle.
Okay, that was easy. Why a bowtruckle?
Because Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them made me fall in love with bowtruckles. In the original 7 books, you don't really get a glimpse of what a bowtruckle is like. But then in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the movie, he just has so much personality and so much love and affection for Newt. I would want that. I would want a little sweet thing that thinks I'm a tree that he loves.
The one that I would want most as a pet, just because it looks super cute and fluffy, is a Niffler. Because not only is it cute and fluffy, but also it could steal shiny stuff for us that we could sell and
Could
then
be rich.
yeah, we could be rich, living in the lap of luxury. So, all with the help of my little niffler.
What a nifty niffler. What book are you currently reading? And I'm going to change this one to what book are you reading and what TV show are you watching?
Ooh, I like that. Yes. Book I'm currently reading is To All the Boys I Loved Before. Just because I really need to read it because I saw the movie and I loved it and I want to read the book. TV show I'm currently watching, favorite currently is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I love it so much. It is so good.
I currently am reading the second book in the Inferno Device trilogy, Clockwork Prince, and I love it. So that's just all I have to say about that. And then I'm watching, going in between Riverdale because everyone talks about it and I was curious.
Yes.
And my mom and I are watching Grey's Anatomy together.
Oh,
which is super fun.
Yes.
And like really depressing at times. So then I
that
go
the one with Dr. Handsome.
Dr. McDreamy.
Dr. McDreamy, yes.
And he is very dreamy.
Yes.
It's an apt name.
Who is your evil twin?
Well, it's hard because I don't want to consider myself evil. But I would have to say personality-wise, Bellatrix Lestrange. Because she's like crazy and hyper all the time. But she's also like, in a weird twisted way, fiercely loyal. And I'm very crazy and hyper at times, but I'm also fiercely loyal. Like if you're my person, you're my person. And I'm gonna punch anyone in the nose if they try to mess with you. Like Bellatrix would for Voldemort. Also, her fashion is kind of on point. And I would wear Bellatrix Lestrange's coat, dress.
I would too, honestly.
Thingy-majigger. So I'm gonna go with her.
Goals. Honestly, I can see that, which is
right. It's like kind of concerning.
A little bit.
But
my evil twin would probably be. Can Grunkle count as evil?
It depends on what episode.
Well, that's hard because he actually isn't evil. Yeah. I would say like a little more twisted than me, probably, because I don't know who would be my ultimate evil twin because I haven't really looked at an evil character and been like, yes, that's me.
I would be concerned if you did. Took me a while to get to Bellatrix.
But I think Grunkle, I'm a selfish person by nature. I don't like admitting that, but I am. And so I relate to that.
Yeah.
But he takes it to like a whole other level. So that's why I'm like, yeah, Grunkle would probably be my evil twin.
And I mean, you're part of a pug trafficking group, so that's part of it.
I am.
You know.
Yep. So I probably need to cut that out.
What dangerous universe do you think you have a chance of surviving in?
The universe from The Splintered Silence by Kayla Olson. In that universe, it's sci-fi, so they're in space and they're fighting like this virus, but also each other. So I think I would be able to survive in that universe.
I think you could survive that.
I feel validated.
You could mess people up.
Yeah.
Get all intense.
I have a sword.
I have a sword. My first response to this question is none of them. I don't think I could survive a dangerous universe.
Doesn't count.
I think I could survive Divergent, but that's mainly because I would avoid conflict. Like, I wouldn't be an allegiant as I
You would be Amity.
Yeah, and I would just be like, oh, you're fighting? I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna go eat food. Bye, guys. I'm gonna just keep the peace over here. I feel like even if I got caught up in the craziness, I could probably survive that.
I think so too. Yeah.
Even if it's just because I'm running away from everything. Yeah. I could survive it.
Which book do you wish that I would read right this second?
Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I think she would really like it, and I need someone to process emotions with. So I want her to read The Cruel Prince so freaking bad. Only for selfish reasons, to be honest.
Okay, that's fine. I wish you would read Artemis Fowl because that was like, not only is it my absolute favorite book from when I was 12, it also is a really great story because it's about a 12-year-old boy who is just a total genius who is trying to search for fairies. And it's like, it sounds...
How have I not read Artemis Fowl?
I don't know!
So what book do you wish that you could rewrite?
The one that I've read that was the most cringy book that I've ever read was H2O by Virginia Spurgeon, I think is how you pronounce her last name. It was the worst, but the way it was written was like reading like a teenage girl's diary.
I would rewrite the book The Selection by Kira Cass, because when I first read it, I did love it. And then I sat with it and I realized all of its issues.
Alright, so what food from a fictional universe would you want to eat the most?
I feel like I'd have to go with like butterbeer from Harry Potter. And I know they've created butterbeer and it's not fictional anymore. But I feel like we still don't fully understand what butterbeer tastes like because we can't brew it with magic. Real butterbeer is like 10 times better than that fake crap. Not that it's crap, but fake stuff you get at Universal Studios.
I think I would want the Limbas bread from Lord of the Rings. It's like the bread where like you can eat a tiny bit of it and you're completely full.
And then one of the hobbits eats the entire loaf.
Yeah.
Or like 4 loaves, is it?
Something crazy like that.
He eats a lot.
Yeah, I would want that just because like I often forget to eat during the day. And so it would be nice to have that. So I eat that and like, okay, I'm full, I'm good.
I like food too much though. I wouldn't want to be full. I feel like that's a good journey food.
Mm-hmm.
Not the band, the like action.
Well, probably that too.
Who is your favorite author?
Can I pick like top 3?
Yeah, go for it. Top 3.
Okay. I love Marissa Meyer, author of the Lunar Chronicles. Marissa Meyer is just a fantastic writer. I really like her work. So her, that's one. I really like, from the one book that she has, Adrienne Young. I really like her work. She pours a lot of her heart and emotion into her writing, so I really enjoy her work. Kayla Olson, I've mentioned already, she wrote The Splintered Silence, and she also has another book called Sandcastle Empire. I met her at her signing for The Splintered Silence, and I love her. She's the sweetest person in the world, and her writing is fantastic. So
Isn't it so, it's so funny how once you've met an author, you like their writing more?
Yeah.
Or less. Depending
on who they are.
Their personality. Yeah. My favorite author is Carlos Ruiz Zafón. He wrote Shadow of the Wind. He has this really unique way of making the location of a book come to life in a way that like it almost becomes a character in the book. Like you fall in love with the place that he's writing about. So like in Shadow of the Wind, it's the city of Barcelona. And so like it's really cool to see it as like a living entity and a being, even though it's not.
That's really cool. What character would you want to adopt?
I would want to adopt Zoo from The Darkest Minds, the little girl Suzanne. I read that book and I just love her so much and I just want to make her happy and safe and she is my book child.
I'd probably want to adopt Wylan from Six of Crows because he is so precious and I'm just... And he deserves a better family, okay? And he can explode things. I mean,
who doesn't want bombs going off?
Who doesn't want an explosive child?
I'd always just adopt Seamus Finnegan. So. Blow up an entire bridge. Who is your OTP in all universes? So like we're talking books, movies, TV. What's that one couple that you will fight to the death for?
I can't think of book. Because I do have a lot of pairings in books that I really like, but one that I will fight frickin' everybody for is Jake and Amy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Mine probably would be Leslie Knope and Ben from Parks and Rec.
Yes!
Maybe just because of Ben. Like I love Leslie too, but Ben is just so precious and so sweet. And
I love Ben.
If you were on a private island, what book would you bring to read? And so it's the only book you get to read for the rest of your life.
I would probably bring Artemis Fowl because I never tire of that story. I love it.
It's valid.
Yeah.
I would bring... I'm gonna cheat. I would bring my Jane Austen book that is 5 Jane Austen novels in one.
That doesn't count. Okay, fine.
It is a single book, and it has all my favorite Jane Austen stories in it. Yeah, I'd bring that one. So that was 20 questions with us, Bailey and Maddie from Once Upon a Coffee Cup.
Yep.
If you liked this, you can like and subscribe. You don't have to, but we'd appreciate it if you did. We'll answer any and all of these questions in the comments. Let us get to know you. We want this to be a forum where we can talk to you. You can talk to us. We can be friends. We can be buddies. We can become the Dredge, you know. Also, if you made it this far, you should probably know the next video, there will only be one of us. In the next 2 weeks, it'll be one or the other. And the last video of the month will be a book club where we talk about whatever book that we've read throughout the month. And then if you guys want to, you can read that book too. We'll let you know what the book is once it comes up. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're excited.
Super excited.
Okay, bye.
Bye.